Hello everyone, this is Amratpal and today we're going to discuss about minimum percentage, minimum marks required to study in Germany after your high school or after your masters. So first we're going to talk about studying in Germany with Indian curriculum of CBSE, ICSE State Board and NIOS Board, IBDP, A-levels and masters in Germany. So we're going to talk about everything related to studying in Germany, what are your requirements. So now we will start with Indian curriculum. So as Indian curriculum, Indian high school is for 12 years. Germans require 13 years of education because German schooling is till 13th year. We are till 12th year, right? So the one missing year can be fulfilled by doing one Studienkolleg year in Germany or a foundation year in Germany. For that, we have already made one wonderful video, insightful video to study in Germany. Please go and watch this video. Now we're going to talk about what are the minimum requirements. So the minimum requirement to study in Germany is if you have 12 years of education, but Germany has 13 years of education. So after direct 12th class, German bachelor's is not possible. Then in that case, you need to do one Studienkolleg year, a foundation course in Germany. So to do that foundation course, before 2026, all the students which were having above 50% marks can go to Germany. But now they made a minimum rule of 70% or above in class 12th. You must have more than 70% or 70 in class 12th in order to get into German Studienkollegs. Now, there is other thing. If you want to skip the Studienkolleg, you don't want to do the Studienkolleg and you want to prove that you have the 13th year of education, then what you need to do? The 13th year can be fulfilled by doing one bachelor's year in India, but that bachelor should be in the recognized university of H+. We already made the video. And plus, that university must have the aligned module to your bachelor's in Germany, right? So 1 year of UG in India or anywhere in the world plus 70% of class 12th. So if you do 1 year in India, but if you have 68% and you think that you can get the admission, no, you are wrong. You must have 70 plus 1 year of bachelor's. Then let's say an example, if you are qualified with JEE mains and advanced, if you have a rank, you can then go to Germany without a Studienkolleg. Direct admission is possible and there is no minimum percentage criteria. No minimum percentage criteria. Now let's talk about A-levels. If you are going to Germany for A-levels, after Cambridge A-levels, then these are the requirements. I will explain you what are the German grades. So if you have 3 A stars, you have 1 in German grades. If you have 2 AAB, 1.4, 3 Bs 2.1, Cs 3.0 to 2.8. Okay, now let's say an example, you have CCD grades in your 3 A levels. If you have 3 A levels in Germany, you can directly go to Germany, start your bachelor's. But if you have 2 A levels, you cannot go to Germany directly for your bachelor's, right? You must have 3 A levels. Now let's say an example, if you have CCD, you cannot go to Germany because the minimum grade is C. C is the minimum grade to study in Germany in your A levels. Now they also have the list specific requirement. Germany has 3 lists, list A, list B, list C. List A has all the important subjects: maths, biology, chemistry, physics, computer science and politics, also economics. Now let's say an example, the requirement is for 3 A levels. So your subject 2 and 1 must come from here. So the first subject and the second subject must be from list A, and the third subject can be from list A, from list B and list C. A level, you don't need any Studienkolleg because if you have 3 A levels, if you have grades, you can directly go to Germany without Studienkolleg. You don't need a Studienkolleg. Let's say an example, if you have 2 A levels and 1 A S level, there are 2 Studienkollegs in Germany which will take you. We will let you know. Call us, we will let you know. Okay, IBDP 6 conditions you must meet, right? IBDP is bit complex curriculum according to me because there are different requirements. First, you have to do the 6 subjects, and in IBDP there are 2 things, HL and SL, right? HL and SL. So 6 subjects is the minimum requirement. If you have 5 subjects, you are not eligible to study direct bachelor's in Germany. Still, you can come to a Studienkolleg. Then there must be 2 language. One must be HL and second must be SL at SL level. then you should take social science. You must take science, biochemistry or physics. Maths HL is important. If you have maths HL, you can get into any German courses directly with all these 6 subjects. And one HL must be language, math or science. Let's say an example, you don't have language as an HL, math as an HL or science as an HL, but if you have all other subject as an HL, still you are not eligible to study in Germany, because this is the minimum requirement. This new rule came from 2025. So you must have one language, math or science in your HL level. Now, IBDP minimum score for studying in Germany. As IBDP's maximum possible point is 45, you must have 24 points. Must have 24 points. 6 subjects and 3 must be at HL level. So now 38 to 45. Excellent. All programs are open for you. Let's say an example, out of 45, if you get 44 or 43, you can apply to German medical. That is MBBS. In Germany, we say medicine, but you can apply for MBBS, just for your understanding. 37 to 32, very good. Engineering, computer science, sciences option. 31 to 28, business humanities. 27 to 24, limited choices. Below 24, no diploma, so you are not eligible to come to Germany, or you can opt for student college. These are your requirements. Now we will talk about masters. In masters, it's very simple. Masters is all about CGPAs. So you must have 8.0 CGPA, 8.8, 7.3, 8.0. So I will explain you about all this CGPA, that how does it works. So first we will talk about minimum CGPA to study in Germany. Minimum is 7.3. Anything below 7.3 is bit difficult to get into public university, right? And then the recommended score is 8.3. Competitive score and safe side courses 9.0 CGPA, in which we can apply to TUM, LMU, and you can get the admission easily. Now, if you are going to Germany for engineering, we suggest that you must apply after 8.0 CGPA. Chances to get the admissions are very high. Computer science, AI, if you want to go to computer science AI, you must have 8.8 CGPA. In 2025 winter semester, right, the benchmark was 9.0. Right, benchmark was 9.0. Business 7.3 is not enough, but still you can find your chances to study in public university. Law 8.0. In Germany, you can get into LLM. Very good programs in LLM. If you are looking to do European law, we have there. If you are looking to do law related to business, law related to Competition Act, Intellectual Property Act, you can still do in Germany in 1 year LLM program. Courses are very good. Minimum by field, right? So we have listed some important fields here, and we have also listed some minimum requirements or minimum percentage, so that it is very easy for you to understand what are the minimum grades required for you. So if we talk about engineering for CBSE, please get 70% because that is the requirement now. IBDP, these are your points. A levels and masters 8.0 CGPA. You can simply take the screenshot and you can refer it, and you can apply into your own profile to study in Germany. So please take the screenshot. Okay. So now we will move to language requirements to study in Germany. If you go to a German thought program, these are the requirement. TDN level 4 for test staff, DSH2 if you give DSH2, C1 Hochschule for TELC, and for Goethe C2 is the requirement. Okay, now very important is not all three kind of tests are required. Any one. So if you give test DS, require TDN level 4, DSH2 and Goethe C2, TELC C1. These are the requirement for German thought program. So in IELTS, if you want to go into English thought programs, so IELTS minimum requirement is obviously 6.0. You will get some limited programs, but with 6.57 you will get most of the 90% of the programs. You can apply with 6.5. 100% of the program you can apply for 7 bands. Also there are some courses which require 7.5. TOEFL 90 to 100, Cambridge C1 to C2. But for the students who are in IB, right, if they have IB, in IB if they have German as an HL, that is not sufficient that you can study in Germany, because you don't fulfill the criteria of the language certificate. Your HL German doesn't mean that you have 100% knowledge of German language. This is very important. Also, students going to English Start program must, according to me, must do German before going to Germany, that is at least A1, A2 and B1, so that they can get successful in Germany. They know what to do and how to do in Germany once they land there. Please don't go to Germany without any German language. So, if you want to know about your chances to study in Germany, your plan to study in Germany, and what are your percentage, and according to that, which are the universities possible, courses possible, if you want to know more about it, you can call our counselor and you can take the personal counseling session from them. So, my name is Amratpal, signing off from this session, and we'll see you in the next session. See you soon. Till then, please don't forget to subscribe our channel, that is Amratpal Vision. We are bringing you the best videos to study in Germany and study abroad. Stay tuned. See you soon.